Wala pa, wala pa. Ako wala pa. Here we go. Kickoff underway. We apologize for any of the delays. The match started off with UCFC quickly winning possession as they continue to have that at the moment. Mark Hartman had the free kick. That was no good for them. So again, UCFC are missing a great number of players due to injuries. And you have Amirbek Jaraboev, who's still on national team duty. So it looks like they are employing a back three. Hartman sent in the cross, but that came off a man. But from the looks of it, UCFC was last touched to that as Ghislaine Boris Murang was dueling with him. So again, Maharlika in their all-white kits, UCFC in their all-black. We've got team number 3 in the table going up against team number 7. That is over a 17 field, of course, but don't count out Maharlika in this one. They have continuously progressed throughout this league. And they win possession back. And we were saying earlier, it will be essential for Dave Basa to anchor the defense. And what more, receive support from everybody, including the midfield. And the skippers for their respective squads, we have OJ Clarino for Maharlika and JJ Robertson for UCFC. Custodio, UCFC, getting all their players in the attacking half. Maharlika, on the other hand, looks like they are fine with absorbing pressure. Coach B-Boy Esteban did say that they will read how UCFC will be taking the game to them and they will adjust and adapt accordingly. Clarino is up front, a position he'd normally play in his college days. But he seemed to play pretty much everywhere. Fullback, winger, striker. Kulang na lang siguro, center back. Cholo Bugas loses that one. Clarino was swarmed, but they still keep it. Played over. Releasing their man on the right. To the middle. Will this be the chance for UCFC? But Custodio gets that. The former Ascos development team player was up to it. Owano. As earlier, we had the likes of Pinheiro and Galasa connecting in the front. So play resumed. Still Captain Clarino. The low cross. Custodio clears it. Hartman up against Baguio. Baguio again, one of the newcomers, but it's with UCFC again. Hartman from Sendra. Robertson. Ibarle. Pika. Confident passing from UCFC, playing their brand of football. Looks like UCFC are employing a back three. To add to that, it's possibly 3 strikers up front, or may even be a 3-4-3. I beg your pardon. Pika plays it out wide. Gets it back from Ibarle. Ricky Sendra, the Argentinian. Jarvis. It's been a while since we've seen him inserted into the squad. Robertson asking for options. Pika. Out wide, Ibarle the cross. But it's off. It will be a goal kick for Valdez. Well, let's take a look at the form of these two teams. Currently, when we assess their last 5 games, for UCFC, it's been 4 wins and 1 draw. That draw was against Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. But their last game was a 2-0 victory over rival Kaya Iloilo, right here at the same venue. Sampaga got it forward with his run now. Received that from Villaflor. The cross. Jarvis clears it. Great composure to get it out of the danger area. Maharlika looking as confident as ever under their new system and brought in by their new coach. Custodio got it touched, but it's still in play. Jarvis getting it, letting it roll out of play. Maharlika saying it should have been a corner for them, but it'll be an Anthony Pintos goal kick. Second start for him in this league. Sendra, UCFC trying to get it up quickly. Bugas, not able to keep it in. Looks like Pika was struggling to handle that too. But for Maharlika Manila, let's assess their last 5 games. It's still been losses, but they can take away their goals scored as consolations. We got Factoranan and OJ Clarino scoring 2 goals combined in their last 5 games. Ricky Sendra. It's back with Pintos. Pintos got his first taste of local football with the U22 Philippines when they competed in the 2019 Copa Paulino Alcantara. That team eventually became known or became the Ascos development team. Bugas. Looks like he had a collision with Sampaga. And that is a foul in favor of United City. So the table could really shake up today because we have another game simultaneously playing over at the Rizal Memorial Stadium in Manila. It is Kaya FC Iloilo going up against the Ascos development team. We'll do make sure to keep you posted over the developments of the table as this game and day continues. Robertson. And we see this Maharlika squad, they seem to bring in that intensity, something they may have lacked in the previous games. They're chatting a lot more and communicating. Let's see if they will be able to sustain this just 10 minutes into this game. So it will be a corner for UCFC. Corner number 1 of this game. Hartman, they took it quickly. Forasuelo gives it back. The cross, headed away by Menzi. Pika didn't get the best touch to it and send his apologies to the coaching staff. So for UCFC, they have no Kenny Daniels, their leading scorer, with 4 goals as he is nursing an injury. Robertson got that second ball off the Villaflor touch. But it came off of him again as Ibarle tried to string that pass forward. So you have no Kenny Daniels. They will have to look to Hartman, Sendra, and Bugas. They are tied for number 2 in terms of the team scores, 2 goals apiece. For Maharlika, on the other hand, Galaza, Ode Clarino, and Factoranan have 1 goal each. Mudang, Clarino, finding himself deep. He's playing up front now. Normally, we see him on the wing. Ibarle. Looks like Villaflor hit the deck, but no call by the referee. Sendra. And UCFC continuing to work their way up. Jarvis. We spoke about UCFC employing a back three. Maharlika, on the other hand, with the 4-4-1-1. Bugas strings it to Hartman. Hartman takes it, but denied. Jarvis collects. Man, as to the playmakers here, Pika Minigishi has 4 assists and is number 2 in the league. He is behind Mert Altinoz of Dynamic Herb Cebu, who has 5. Minigishi wasn't able to get past the likes of Pinheiro. Referee says it goes back to Maharlika's. J.J. Robertson felt that went differently for them. So, whose side are you on? UCFC in black, Maharlika in white? Paki-comment na lang po. Mga score predictions, pwede nyo rin ilagay. Looks like that was a foul throw. So UCFC gets it back. Again, helping out in for UCFC in the technical area is Coach Juan Estera Pomares. He's their director of football and will also assist in their setup of the academy. He has been very hands-on in helping out Coach Frank Muescan. Hartman had to deal with Boris and Clarino, but Maharlika had it for a moment. Mostly one-way traffic from right to left. Minigishi playing it back, but intercepted by Villaflor. Clarino trying to hit the afterburners, but swarmed. Mark Hartman now with it. Takes it from distance to test the keeper, and it is wide. So that's one of the attempts on goal. Our keepers haven't been tested yet as we speak. In terms of playmaking for Maharlika's, Valdez had to clear it. It's well on the ground. Forosuelo collects it though. Great communication with Jarvis to avoid getting into a collision. Last thing you want to do, of course, is have some miscues with your teammates that normally lead to unforced errors, but Clarino gets it. Maharlika trying to unleash themselves in the attack. Sampaga contra Robertson. Villaflor sends in the cross, but Pintos reads that well. Sendra. Hartman. So just to look at what's up for grabs here, a win by UCFC will provisionally put them in second place, but their standing will depend on how the game at Rizal turns out. As Bugas was fouled, it will be a set piece. It will be the second set piece in a dangerous area, or the third if you count that corner kick. We had a Mark Hartman free kick earlier that was off. So this will be a tight angle, and expect that it will be a service to find an on-rushing teammate to tap the ball in or even head it. So here comes Hartman. His brother Darren and Matt have also played local football and for the national team too. The service headed in, and looks like that is off. Looks like Ricky Sendra was the man who got his head to it, but that was no good. UCFC trying to knock on the door. The same can be said for Maharlika, as they had some spells getting the ball into the attacking third, particularly on the right wing, but now it's on the left. Galasa. Carino trying to apply some pressure on Pintos. Maharlika still at it in the attacking end. Taken from distance to test the keeper, but not a problem for him. So UCFC building up from the back, as they often do. 17 minutes into this one. Maharlika looking to pounce on the counter, with UCFC trying to break down the opposing defense with their passing game. Ebarle. Bugas asking for it. But looks like his options or his run was read. Owano. Pika. Tried to drive that in as it came off Usman Jeng. But it looks like it'll be a goal kick though. It may have taken another touch going out. So the high press. Hartman wins that. Ibarra and Bugas exchanged passes. Hartman from distance again, but well wide. So Valdez to put this back into play. And he was the keeper of Maharlika in their close-fought loss to Cebu. Earlier in the season, looks like we had Zaldi Abraham, to be exact, who was the man manning the posts for them. But as of late, it's been Valdez. Looks like he's gotten the nod from Coach B-Boy Esteban. So as play is about to be resumed, we take a look at things. UCFC again, just 4 players on the bench. One of them is Kurt Dizon, who is highly unlikely to enter due to injury. Also not playing due to the same reason are Simon Lingbo and leading scorer Kenny Daniels. So the subs for UCFC on the bench are Badelik, Arnie Pasinabo Jr., and Will Grierson. So let's see how the squad right now will handle this, as Sendra's ball easily collected by Valdez. Let's not forget that teams have 5 subs now at the professional level. So to add to those 5 substitutions, they have 3 windows to use them. Halftime will not count as a window. This is to ensure that play is not stopped too much. And Jarvis applying some pressure and wins it. Hit the afterburners to get forward. Back to Hartman. Their maestro in the middle. For Osuelo. Playing on the right, we normally see him on the left as his cross came off a man. Valdez collects it as it looked like that was close to becoming a UCFC corner kick. So far so good. If you're Maharlika, you are hanging on. So still out under dispute. Bugas took a fall. The referee says it goes to UCFC. Throw in taken quickly. Hartman. Sendra against Mudang. Now the cross taken. Cleared out by Basa. Menzi and Mudang exchanging passes. Mudang was really more of a center back, but they are resorting to using him as a holding mid to further support the likes of Basa, who is down, and we may have play stopped. But UCFC still up to continue. Owano got his chest to that, but it was easily collected into the gloves of Valdez. As there's the stoppage that we were talking about for Basa. So for the moment, Maharlika Manila will be down to 10 men. Let's see if UCFC will, or let's see how UCFC will try to capitalize on that. And let's not forget about the match officials for this affair. Meliton Pelayo is the man with the whistle, and he is assisted by linesmen or assistant referees Hussein Mag-Usara and Francisco Himpisao. Mick John Pineda is the fourth official, with Roberto Hernandez as the referee assessor. And last but not the least, Ira Ilan is the match commissioner, as this one's played long. Hartman tried to lob it forward. Menzi clears it. Hartman gives it to the onrushing Pika. Menzi denied it. Menzi trying to drive it forward. Looking to get it behind the UCFC defense. Let's see if that tactic of putting a speedy Spencer Galas against JJ Robertson and Matthew Custodio will pay its dividends. Custodio and Robertson really more of the physical type of players. Hartman strings it forward. Owano still keeps it. Pika. Sendra. UCFC trying to negotiate that traffic in the middle. Jarvis. It came off a man. So that would be a corner kick. Looks like that came off of Lawrence Baguio, the man from Cebu. So a set piece again. This will be corner kick number 2 para sa United City FC. Hartman, their designated man. Referee Meliton Pelayo just trying to calm things down. And yellows are given out. It seems to Ivan Owano and Elmer Sampaga. Both teams just trying to eke every advantage that they could. And Meliton Pelayo just trying to control things. So looks like things are still being sorted out in the area. Just finalizing the bookings that were given out. So again, 2 yellows in a match will get you a red card, which will mean that you'll be taken out of the game. But if you accumulate a yellow in 3 games over the season, as it is lobbed by Pika, the header by Jarvis off. UCFC contesting the decision, saying that after Jarvis got his head to it, there was a touch by a player from Maharlika. But the referee's decision sticks. So again, if you accumulate 3 yellow cards in the course of the season, that will merit a 1-match ban. 6 players in Maharlika Manila have already received bookings throughout the course of this season. Basa playing it long, trying to get it to Galasa, who was on the left earlier. We saw him on the right, so switching it up and trying to make the defense work harder. But it is a free kick awarded to Maharlika, again the team in white. They are playing from left to right. So it looks like Lawrence Baguio will be taking this. He recently suited up for the U22 national team in the AFF and AFC competitions. Taken in, but it seemed a bit low. Hartman got his head to it. Teams will look to organize, but strung forward. Basa. Clarino. The cross. Ebarle. Menzi got a touch, but the second one is at Owano. Some promising one-touch football momentarily from UCFC. Forosuelo. Owano. Villaflor trying to apply some pressure. Get it back to their usual center. So again, the players with bookings for Maharlika, or the players with bookings in this season to be exact, are Clarino, Basa, Sampaga, Mudang, Menzi, and Galasa. For UCFC, on the other hand, in the starting 11, it is Anthony Pintos, Pika Minigishi, JJ Robertson, and Ricky Sendra. So it's a whistle that goes in favor of Maharlika. And some unpleasant words being exchanged between JJ Robertson and Maharlika and the Maharlika bench. Robertson showing some displeasure with that call that we just had, but it's back with UCFC. Cholo wasn't able to keep it as he was swarmed. Play back, great control from Pinheiro. But Boris loses it. Bugas gets it. Trying to make amends for that earlier. Still Bugas, a collision with Menzi. And that is a foul. It's going to be a free kick again for United City. United City also one of the recent representative of the Philippines in the AFC Champions League. UCFC also qualified for the 2021 edition of that said tournament after winning the 2020 PFL, wherein they are defending that title in this current tournament. It was back in 2021 that we saw two Philippines Football League sides play on the grandest stage of Asian football. Joining UCFC at the time too was Kaya Iloilo, who won their playoff match. Driven in by Hartman. Valdez reads it well. Chests it down just to secure or make sure that the ball is secure. So taken long. Robertson got his first touch as he is one of the tallest players on the pitch. Pica to Forosuelo. The overlapping Ebarle. And the aggressive Maharlika defense has been able to lock down United as of late. Ebarle the cross. Owano was on rushing, but it was into the bottom corner and picked up by Valdez again. So played long, but it looks like the flag is up. As tensions are already flaring in this match, we are just half an hour in, but that looks like offside, as signaled by our linesman. So that free kick was clearly blocked and delayed by OJ Clarino. Sendra asking for options. Hartman. Valdez gets it. Bugas was looking to meet that pass that was played again by Hartman. So played long as of late. Maharlika trying to pounce on the counter. Looks like they've been trying to go for that option considering the speedy players they have up front, but Pika trying to shake off his two men. Forasuelo cutting inside. Hartman in the middle. We can just see how Maharlika have been defending in numbers, and so far we've seen the discipline to get numbers back behind the ball. Baguio still keeps it in. Mudang also played for the Philippine Air Force back in 2019. He was added mid-season and gave them much stability on defense. Hartman takes it from distance. Valdez again at the near post. It's been routine saves for him, but he's been able to handle the test so far. They'll need some stable goalkeeping from him in Maharlika. And they'd like to put up a challenge or get their first points of the season. And so far, so good for Maharlika Manila. But the loose pass, unable to connect with Spencer Galasa. So again, we are just emphasizing how Maharlika will need that consistent, stable goalkeeping behind Valdez to challenge UCFC. So 34 minutes into this game. It's the Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways, and we are coming to you from the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. It's UCFC with possession in their all-black kits. They are playing from right to left. Maharlika playing behind the ball from left to right in their all-white kits. We're catching this in the Facebook and YouTube pages of the PFL. Hartman gets it back. Wano laid it off to Sendra. Switching it up, Custodio. Let's not forget he's their center back. Pika appeared to be dispossessed. Clarino trying to hold up play and get some numbers in his favor, but so far it's not in his advantage. Now they get some numbers forward. Let's see, but that came off Galasa, I believe, but Pintos just had to clear it off. Fine feet from him. Villaflor not able to salvage that para sa Maharlika. At may goal kick dito ang UCFC. So don't forget to subscribe again to the Facebook and YouTube pages of the PFL. Don't forget to follow the league on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at WeArePFL. So far, UCFC looking to test Maharlika, but the latter have been able to hold on. Maharlika, though, are looking to pounce on the counter. They've been employing their speedy players, but it is still a goalless affair in this one. Though Maharlika have been able to get the ball forward, it has been through their high passes or long balls, let's say. Basa from Osman. Controlled and played long. Ibarle and Villaflor to chase. It's with Pintos. Of course, with modern day goalkeeping, goalkeepers are an essential part in terms of building up from the back. Hartman, the diagonal ball forward. Playing Bugas. Bugas. Still trying to keep it alive, but he was in the duel with Baguio that changed things up. Mudang's attempt to get forward was no good, so here comes Maharlika again. UCFC, rather. Forasuelo, the cross off Jeng, and that will be a corner kick again. So with the way this match has been going, UCFC with the initiative, with no goals to show for their control of possession, and they've been able to get the ball into the attacking third quite often and keep it there. So it's about corner kick number 3 in this game. It's been all for UCFC as it was cleared out by Baguio. Hartman the cross. Robertson, but that is wide. He had a chance to go for Ricky Sendra, but that cross was played forward and was as dangerous. So 7 minutes away from additional time. UCFC still in pursuit of their first goal in this match. We can say that, of course, with the way they have been hogging possession. Maharlika have been absorbing the pressure. And again, they said they wanted to read and adapt the tactics of their opponents. And Maharlika are trying to counter and and take advantage of situations that you just saw. You can see how Coach Esteban wasn't happy with that last spell, though. Jarvis. It looks like UCFC also shifted to their usual back 4. They appeared to have 3 players at the back in the defense when they started off. Chang. Let's see how he will handle the press. Now playing it long. Not able to connect, but it's eventually brought back to them. Baguio. Basa. Menzi. They're having to play it back with that press. UCFC just get what they ordered. Pika takes it and looks like that is good for them. Goal number 1 for UCFC. Maharlika finding themselves trailing, definitely down, but not out of this one. So that goal was in the 40th minute for UCFC. So Pika Minagishi now with goal number 2 in his personal tally this season. And because of that, he is now in joint second place for the team's lead in terms of the leading scorers of their team, alongside Hartman, Sendra, and Bugas. Well, you could say it was looking good for Maharlika as they were containing the pressure, but that can be a downside because a mistake can just leak in a goal. And to add, that can tire out your team. Of course, we've seen teams take that route before. At the end, it's all up to how you play your cards in this game. But UCFC now in pursuit of goal number 2. They'd love to double their lead. Again, goal difference is a factor in this one. And heading into today, they are the team with the best goal difference as Owano slithers past with his individual effort. Jarvis. Bugas was unable to get an angle. Maharlika trying to unleash themselves as we were momentarily off to the races. Now here we go again. Galasa trying to work his way up against Bugas. But that came off of Jarvis. So as play will be resumed by Lawrence Baguio. Baguio from the College of St. Benilde. Clarino up against Bugas. It's kept alive by OJ. Gets it back. Exchanging passes with Baguio. Cutting inside, but sent it straight to Ricky Sendra. I believe that was intended for Audi Menzi. And here we go. Forosuelo working hard to keep it alive. And he just does that. But I beg your pardon. The linesman said it was off. But you love to see that if you are your coach, of course, refusing to give up, or your players refusing to give up on the play. Let's not forget Forosuelo is the usual left back for United City FC. As there is a foul against them. So it will return to Maharlika with a free kick right in the midfield. So Menzi will be making the service. His brother Audi plays for Kaya. Michael, of course, did spend a considerable time in Kaya FC Iloilo too. As the delivery is made. Maharlika asking for a handball. It looks like Jen got a touch to that too right before. But Basa wasn't able to keep the spell alive. Hartman, UCFC with space to operate. They've had to deal with the Maharlika block. It's denied, but back with Hartman. UCFC still getting forward. Minagishi. Up against Menzi. A cutback for Osuelo, finding himself in the middle. Sendra takes it. It took a deflection. And what a denial by Valdez. Tough one, but they're still in it. Just a 1-0 deficit. And that can be tricky, of course, when you have a shot taken from distance and it takes a deflection. That just sends the ball going elsewhere and definitely not where the keeper expected. But he managed to keep that off, denying goal number 2. As we are close to getting additional time. The service. It was headed. But the referee says there is a foul up against UCFC.
Additional playing time of 2 minutes.
So 2 minutes of added time as confirmed by our fourth official, Mick John Pineda. And so far it is 1-0 in favor of UCFC of that Pika Minigishi strike. And that finish just left us all speechless here. But played long. Clarino up against Robertson. Clarino took a touch. Hard one to control as it was goal bound, but not a challenge for Pintos. For Osuelo. Ebarle also suited up for Mendiola. It's one of his teams in the Philippines Football League. Pika, he would love to double his tally in this affair. Jarvis. Receiving some pressure from Mudang. They switch it up. Hartman, he seems to have that free roll. The cross, Jen got a touch to it. But Pinheiro dueling with Hartman. And fell to his experience. Pika. Up against Dave Basa. The cross. Headed out by Jeng. As UCFC still keeping the fire in this spell alive. Maharlika have continuously been stubborn in this one. And that is the halftime whistle. UCFC enter their halftime huddle with a 1-0 lead. courtesy of Pika Minigishi's goal in the 40th minute. Maharlika have been absorbing the pressure and have been as stingy as ever, but still no good for them. They've been mainly trying to capitalize on the counter, but let's see what the two coaches will be doing in their halftime huddles to adjust, and we will be right back after the break for second half action again in the Philippines Football League.
The official PFL website.
Teams out of their respective halftime huddles and just getting some last minute talks on the pitch before we resume things. It is 1-0 again coming out of the halftime break as Pika Minigishi stunned us with his 40th minute goal. And Maharlika will look to climb out of that hole. UCFC currently in third on the table, while Maharlika are at the bottom and still seeking their first points, but have been hungry and motivated as ever as we are off again. UCFC in their all black kits. They are playing from left to right. They seem to be a bit depleted due to injuries, and Amirbek Joraboev is returning from national team duty. Maharlika Manila in their all-white kits. They are playing from right to left, and we had one change coming out of the break as it is played forward to Forosuelo. Basso with the clearance. Sendra. Owano gets it. Menzi didn't get a great second ball to that. Hartman. Lovely control. Finds Bugas. Finding Jarvis, who sends in the cross. Basa got a touch to it. They were trying to play it forward behind the efforts of Pinheiro. Pinheiro, who hails from Bacolod, one of the football hotbeds. Nakay Forosuelo sa kaliwa. At mukhang may foul dito kontra Maharlika at may free kick po ang United City. Looks like there was some extra action between Robertson and Viray, who just came on with Villaflor stepping off. Pika took it, but that hit the side of the netting, so it's no good. But he is looking to double his team's lead today. And if he pulls that off, he will get to double his personal goal tally for this afternoon too. So again, just looking back, Maharlika used one of their 5 substitutions available as Marvin Viray came on for Bienvenido Villaflor. Teams looking to secure after the goal kick by Valdez. Valdez has had a great number of routine saves already in this one to show for his quality. Routine save after save. Can test the keeper too, as a simple mistake can just lead to a goal. As UCFC as of late working down the left. Forosuelo. Going down the left. Headed out by Usman Jeng. At nakay Custodio. Custodio, an ADT or ASCO's development team product. Just like Ivan Owano, one of his teammates in UCFC. Basa. Maharlika trying to get out of the danger zone, but UCFC often press. And Owano wins it in a dangerous area, but Valdez collects it. Owano didn't get a great first touch and had to chase that ball. As there is also a foul on their striker as he had some excessive contact with the keeper. Viray got to that, and it stays with Maharlika. And over at halftime, we could really see how Michael Menzi was just guiding his players, considering that he has a great amount of professional experience. So let's see if they will get to propel themselves to first draw level, and who knows if Maharlika can come and fight back and take the lead. Custodio handled that well with the on-rushing Clarino. Forosuelo. Now it's played back. So back in halftime, we got reports that Kaya Iloilo had a 1-0 lead over the ADT behind Robert Lopez Mendy's goal in the 28th minute. So should Kaya defeat the ADT and UCFC get to seal the win here, UCFC will be in firm hold of third place. Kaya will be in second. But again, UCFC have matches on hand. Sender and Minigishi exchanging touches. Ebarle. Pika got a touch. And UCFC again getting that engine humming in the midfield. Hartman. Cholo Bugas. Cholo Bugas ulit. Si Bugas ay taga FEU. Nag-youth national team din siya. Ebarle. Sent in the cross, but that took a deflection. Looks like Basa got a touch to it. Valdez secures it, though. Quickly played out for Clarino. Jarvis not able to get it. Custodio got a touch and trying to keep it in their favor. Play was continued, but our linesman did say it went off and out of bounds in favor of United City. At may throw-in po sila ngayon. No subs for UCFC. Coming out of the halftime break. Maharlika again opting to use one. So 4 remaining for Manila. Sandra to Hartman. Hartman with the onrushing Boris. And Hartman got clipped. So that will be a set piece. At mukhang may warning po dito para kay Boris Mudang. Mudang, one of the foreign players of Maharlika. Teams are allowed to field 3 foreigners from any continent, and the 4th one must come from a country that is under the Asian Football Confederation. But it looks like no Asian foreign players in this affair. We often see Amirbek Joraboev as one of them, as Hartman takes it quickly. The high line. Maharlika was looking to employ the offside trap. Headed out. Hartman tried to get it back into the mix. Menegishi. A lovely slide. And Clarino off to the races. He is onside. Custodio to chase the fake momentarily. Sends it out. A miscommunication with the onrushing Viray. That has been the closest yet in this match that has just opened up. Owano was there to chase, but it was poked away by Sampaga, I believe. So Basa settles it down for them. Maharlika will take a roll of the dice again here. Now what a spell that we just had. Again, let's look at the implications here. Should Maharlika get a win, they will be tied for 6th place with Mindiola FC with 3 points apiece. So played out, but that is definitely off the mark. And because of that spell that had OJ Clarino getting close and pushing through dangerous territory, we had Coach Juan Estera Pomares, their director of football, furious in the UCFC technical area. Again, he was just signed up to assist the likes of Coach Frank Muescan in running not just the first team, but also the academy dito sa United City. We can recall UCFC did field a team in Division 2 of the PFF U19 National Championships. They finished second in Division 2 and they spotted promotion. Jarvis with Bugas trying to connect, but it's no good. Jarvis sending his apologies to Cholo Bugas. These two players have come from distinguished collegiate or high school programs in the Philippines. Bugas opting to turn pro after playing high school football with Far Eastern University in the UAAP. Valdez. Dave Basa, the man from UST. Not able to connect with Viray. It goes back to United. Pinheiro was just trying to spring some wonders in pursuit of another breakaway that would have OJ Clarino at the tip of the spear. And so far again, the three players have found the back of the net for Maharlika. 1 goal apiece to their name in Galaza, OJ Clarino, and Factoranan as one of them. As Senja plays it out wide. Jarvis thought about it for a moment, just shook off his man in Galaza and sends in the low cross. Basa got a touch to it. Cholo Bugas keeping it alive, and what a slide by Boris Murang to continue to deny the UCFC effort. So still 1-0, and this game is far from over. UCFC looking to double their lead for safety. Maharlika, on the other hand, continue to hang on and frustrate them despite conceding 1 goal. And what an improvement that we have seen from Maharlika when you look back at their recent results. So Hartman set to give us the outswinger. It's about 5 corners or 4 already by my count. All for UCFC. Pica and Clarino contesting. Clarino still keeps it, but we have a man down in Usman Jeng, one of their center backs. And they will put it out. While play is momentarily stopped, let's look through the comment section of this match. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat, sabi ni Alimar Ambong. Sugod Maharlika. Si Esperanza Armario, sabi niya, Goal Senpai. Alam ko big fan po siya ni Pika Minegishi. Shoutout din kay Daniel Romero. Ron Your Trace said, sabi niya, UCFC undefeated. Let's go. And Bao Valdez, sabi niya po, Sugod Maharlika. As the ball is returned, fair play to UCFC. And it will be a goal kick to put it back into play. So 1-0 so far again behind Pika Minegishi's 40th minute strike. He has 2 goals to his name already this season to add to the 4 assists that he has tallied already. And what a combination. Let's not forget, Minegishi used to suit up for the Philippine Azkals, ang ating national team dito. Let's see if his performance will grab the attention of coaches and possibly suit up, given that we have the AFF tournament for men coming up later this December. Jarvis gets it. He's been very aggressive and working on the right. And in that 3-5-2 for his school in Ateneo, the collegiate level, he has been one of the vital cogs as Bugas was dealing with Basa. Pika getting swarmed. They'll have to reset. Custodio gets it back from Robertson. Custodio again. Started out as an attacking player for much of his career and was converted to a defender in the Azkals development team. Pika sends in the cross. Headed out. The follow-up. Sendra. That came on Oano and just wide. What a spell. I believe that shot of Sandra actually took a touch. Oano had a chance to score again as play will be paused for another man from Maharlika who is down. Well, to add to that, Lawrence Baguio, the man from Cebu, looks like he's just taking a quick rest down on the pitch. Let's see how he will. Let's see if he'll be able to get back on his feet. First and foremost, let's take a look at the man who is down. I believe it is Dave Basa. And you would not like to lose Dave Basa in this game, considering his experience and leadership that has given them stability as of late from Maharlika, who are struggling in this season, but looking to fight back, given that this is the endurance, or this is the league, and it is an endurance race to the title. A win will give you 3 points to add to your tally in the standings. A draw will give teams 1 each. Well, should we have a loser, they will take home or leave this game empty-handed. But so far, it's been a lot of traffic from UCFC, but you can see how they have gotten frustrated by this Maharlika effort, as Maharlika are down to 10 men. Wala silang, or kulang sila isang center back ngayon. Pika thought about it, but had numbers against him. Forosuelo up against Sampaga. Hartman. And Dave Basa's working his way to the sidelines, and it looks like he will be able to continue. And here is a chance. Mudang. Clarino. Trying to round Robertson. A collision. Robertson appears to be furious, but it was cleared off to safety by UCFC. So possession stays with Manila. Basa returns. So it's back to 11v11. Jarvis, Filipino raised in Hong Kong. Again, he was a big cog for Ateneo in that 3-5-2 formation there. So that was dangerous. And he picked up a title too in that process. Owano. Working their combinations. Bogas from Jarvis. The low cross. Collected by Menzi, but didn't get to secure. And a corner again. So that's about 5 UCFC corners in this game already. Mark Hartman, the usual man, to bring it in for them. The same can be said about free kicks, especially the ones within striking distance for a goal. Hartman with the cross. Valdez got it touched to it, lost it momentarily, but secured. Played it quick and low, trying to get some distance. Barle sent this forward for Forosuelo. Dueling. Looks like it is off. And Pinheiro comes out as the victor in that duel, and he will step off. And Michael Sims from the University of the Philippines will be coming on for Earl Pinheiro. So Sims often as a fullback, but let's see how he will be utilized in this game. Sims, I also recall that he was a member of the youth national team pool. as he's trying to inject some energy into this game. Owano gets that from Pika. Swarmed, but Basa gets it in a relatively advanced position considering he is a center back. But they don't keep it in. UCFC with another chance. Huwag natin kalimutan po, mahalaga rin ang goal difference dito. Kung tabla ang mga teams natin sa points, goal difference po ang ating tiebreaker. At ngayon po, plus 14 or plus 15 ang goal difference ng UCFC. Yung Maharlika naman po, negative ang kanilang goal difference at minus 19. So pwede pa sila bumawi dito. As that ball went out of play at may goal kick para kay Valdez. Valdez again went to De La Salle Zobel for his high school and was supposedly set to play for Ateneo at the collegiate level in the University Athletic Association of the Philippines, one of the collegiate leagues. But due to the pandemic, it looks like he decided to turn pro. And so far, he's gotten the nod in Maharlika. Kept in play by Viray. So far, so good. Boris Mudang gets past Pika. Connects with Clarino. Gets his man on the left. But it's no good for Maharlika. They had their men on the left, but no options over to switch it up or no playmaker in the center. UCFC getting it up quickly again with their crisp passing. Pika hitting the afterburners. Gets past two men. Going for goal number 2 in this game. At mukhang may offside po tayo rito. Offside number 1 for UCFC in this game. Although Maharlika did get called for a similar infraction in the first half. So temperatures dropping a bit as we have a breeze at the PFF National Training Center dito po sa Carmona, Cavite. Some great conditions for football, we could say. As the ball ping-pongs around, Clarino. They had dark days in Maharlika, Manila, but OJ Clarino was just a bright spot for them, chugging particularly on the left wing. But for this game, he is a striker in that 4-4-2 formation of theirs. And just an update from Rizal Memorial. It is still 1-0 in favor of Kaya FC Iloilo. As Robert Lopez Mendy found the back of the net for them. Hartman. Basa will get it back to their attacking end, but Pika Minegishi look to get it. Sims. Carino struggles, and Robertson came to even make it more difficult. Sampaga on the overlap, but it's no good for them. So played out long. That was well off already, and Bugas knew it. So the score still remains here, nonetheless, at the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. It's 1-0 behind Pika Minegishi's first half strike in the 40th minute. But with the complexion of this match, it has been the stingy Maharlika defense frustrating United City FC, who are lacking in players due to injury. They have been hounded by injuries. There's no... As Sims hit the deck with a collision in Cholo Bugas, who is having a word with the fourth official, Michan Pineda. At mukhang warning na rin po ito galing kay referee Meliton Pelayo. Baguio sends it to the attacking third. Robertson got to it. Sendra. Michael Sims is looking to apply some pressure. Again, one of the substitutes put in for Maharlika to inject some life. Basa playing it forward. Mudang was trying to circle around Owano, and it stays with them. Maharlika slowly but surely trying to build on their confidence. Sasendra delays the attack. And we are about 20 minutes away from ending regulation. Don't forget, wag niyo po kalimutan, may additional time pa tayo. This is the Philippines Football League. And you are witnessing UCFC square off as it is sent out to the center. It is United City squaring off with Maharlika Manila. United City playing from left to right with possession. Maharlika Manila in their all-white kits. They are playing from right to left. They'll look to salvage something out of this game. And it's still all to play for. Just a 1-0 lead for United City FC, courtesy of Pika Minigishi. So no foul by the referee as Dean Ebarle hit the deck along with, I believe that is Viray. We'll try to get a better angle. And yes, that is confirmed. As Viray is one of the two substitutes who came on for Maharlika. And you are catching this game again on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the Philippines Football League. Don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. Do give us a follow too on our other social media platforms while you are at it at We Are PFL. Nasa Instagram, Twitter, at TikTok. Po rin kami. At sabi ni John Ortiz, go Maharlika sa ating comment section. Sabi ni Rainier Llanos, Golden Boys for the win. Yan din po ang kulay ng UCFC. So Viray had to be helped off to get off the pitch. And we see another Maharlika substitute who is getting ready in the technical area as play will be resumed with this goal kick from Valdez. Sendra imposing as ever in this midfield. It looks like this throw in will have to be retaken. Pika Minigishi made sure that some confusion. Momentarily, it looked like it was going to be a Maharlika throw in deep in their attacking, defending end, but it's now with UCFC. Bugas trying to get that from Jarvis, asking for or saying that it wasn't a foul. As a man down again, and play will be stopped. It looks like Boris Mudang, who was down momentarily para sa Maharlika. But he will be able to continue. He has been playing in that holding mid position for them. Naturally, we have seen him recently as a center back. But it looks like he's given them some stability in the Maharlika defense that has continuously frustrated UCFC. Jarvis trying to connect with Pika on the right. Now it's with Bugas. Yung kuya ni Cholo Bugas, pro player din sa PFL. I was recently with Paulo Bugas playing for Green Archers United. And it's sent in. Baguio didn't get the best clearance to it, but it was into the gloves of Valdez. Valdez again, the man who started or manned the posts for Maharlika. And their close-fought loss to Cebu. Maharlika's last two games were in fact against the aforementioned team.
Substitution for Maharlika Manila FC. Player number 96, Marvin A. Spiray, replaced by player number 66, Gerald Facturana.
So Gerald Facturanan is sub number 3 to enter this game for Maharlika, as sadly Marvin Ace Viray will not be able to continue. He also came off as a substitute, but he was helped off the pitch earlier. Facturanan is one of their goal scorers again dito sa Maharlika, as Clarino gets it after there was a collision in the pitch, but Bugas gets it. Bugas, one of the youngest players in UCFC. Sendra was unable to get past Facturanan. His ball forward got a touch from Minegishi. It was neutralized by Custodio. So UCFC again will try to break down the opposing defense with their possession game. Hartman. Ebarlet to Forosuelo. Back to Hartman. And again, should this stick, or should this scoreline stick, it will be a win for UCFC and 3 points to add to their tally in the standings. They will hold third place clearly, should that happen. Pika. Thought about cutting in, but Mudang was there to change it, and the flag is up. Mukhang may offside po. Si Cholo Bugas yun. Bugas showing his displeasure over the whistle. Felt it went, or it was called differently from what he saw. UCFC continuing to show their disagreement with that call. You hear J.J. Robertson, you hear their director of football, Juan Estera Pomores. Jeng threaded it. Pintos, off his line, clears it. Mudang from Facturanan, but the ball is overcooked and given away. 12 minutes remaining until additional time. UCFC searching for the dagger. Maharlika continuing to hold on as we have a man down for United City. That was Ivan Owano, but he eventually got up. Sendra. Robertson. Forosuelo, also a product of the Ascal's development team. You love how these players are able to graduate from the ADT and apply their trade with top teams. Pika. UCFC getting forward, but Maharlika getting all their field players back. Hartman, the early cross. Basa got his head to it. Forosuelo. Going up against Jing. Owano with the touch. Bugas, but it is off! What a denial by Valdez! Bugas cannot believe it! Point blank from range. But the keeper says no. But play is stopped as it is Owano who is down. He was the player again who was on the field earlier. He was seeking to soldier on, but it looks like cramps are already giving in. And after that, we will be having a corner kick for UCFC. It's been about 6 corners already for United City, the recent representatives of the Philippines in the AFC Champions League. And that includes this one. Hartman, as expected, steps up to the plate as UCFC will be a man down. And with the delivery, Sendra got ahead to it. At mukhang may foul dito kay Ricky Sendra, ang kanilang Argentinian midfielder. Sendra played his first PFL action with Mendiola in 2019. And he has also suited up for Cebu and Stallion before making his way here to United City FC. Sendra gets that back. Hartman opted to go inside as he had an overlapping Jarvis as one of his options. Robertson. And it looks like United City will be using one of their substitutions in this game. That will just be the first for them. As the cross is sent in, Jeng got his head to that. Jarvis trying to keep it in for them up against Baguio. This is a hotly contested spell between the two. It stays with the defending champions. Again, the last PFL was in 2020 and we had 2 Copa Paulino Alcantaras after that. So this is really UCFC's first chance to defend their league title. UCFC opting to hit the reset button, and it looks like Ivan Owano will not be able to continue this game from what appear to be cramps from my observation, and William Grierson will be making an appearance. And I believe this is his first appearance ever since he was subbed off against Mendiola FC in their 5-0 win. That game saw Grierson start the match, but he had to be subbed off early, about 5 minutes in, due to what appeared to be an ankle injury. As the ball goes out of play. And there you go. That's the confirmation. So Grierson, a defender, coming on for Owano, who is an attacking player. But it looks like Grierson will be in an advanced role as UCFC have a great number of players sidelined due to injury as Factoranan's ball was sent to no man's land. Sendra. Custodio from Hartman. Pika. And it looks like Grierson will be used as a target man to challenge the likes of Basa and Usman Jeng. 2 center backs that have been hard to beat this afternoon. But UCFC managed to get one behind Pika Minagishi's heroics. Again, that goal was in the 40th minute. But the next goal will just change the tide of this game completely. So which team will it be? Custodio. Boris gets it. Going up against the onrushing Grierson. Sendra secured that. Slid it over to Hartman. Hartman looking to use the space available. About 5 minutes away from additional time. Bugas. Hartman. Cleared off. Clarino got a touch momentarily. But Pintos is there to neutralize that. So again, UCFC are missing Simon Lingbo and Kenny Daniels and Kurt Dizon due to injury. They are also missing the services of Amirbek Joraboev, who just won the King's Cup with his country Tajikistan and Thailand. So he's still making his way back from national team duty. Now out to the left for Rosuelo. Binalik kay Robertson. Minegishi. Robertson again. Maharlika with 2 subs on the field right now. And it is Michael Sims and Gerald Factoranan. Let's not forget that Viray had to come off another substitute due to injury. Pero may options pa sila sa bench. In the loose ball, Clarino thought about chasing it for a moment, but it stays with his side. Clarino, their skipper for this match. Jarvis, play that forward. Bugas did well to get that to Sendra. UCFC with some space. Just the back line to virtually beat, as their midfield is still tracking down. But sent in. Valdez spills it. But that was only in front of the mouth of the goal. And Baguio cleared that. But they still have to deal with this wave. The high ball, but that is off. What a dangerous moment. Maharlika pretty much saved by the skin of their teeth. And a rare spill from their keeper in Vinci Valdez. So far, he has proven or showed his stability, not just in this game, but also the previous ones. OJ Clarino, clearly the target man in their long balls as they get it to him, and he'll try to work his magic. Two minutes away from added time. We have yet to confirm the exact number of minutes that will be put on. United City, the defending champions, still with a 1-0 lead. Pika Minegishi's 40th minute strike has been the difference maker in this one. Maharlika knocking on the door, hoping to upset. And should they at least get one here, they will pick up their first point of the season. And then we spoke about the injured players of UCFC. Their fans do not have to worry as they all appear to be minor. Grierson playing again in an unfamiliar position. Grierson a striker, but again he is more of a defender as we saw in his college days. Pika cuts inside, gets it to Grierson. There was a collision as that ball was forward, and Valdez collected it. Two Maharlika players down, as they will also be making a change, and the ball is put out of play. Warren Ravanes will be stepping on, and it appears that Spencer Galasa will be calling it a day. But first off, that sub will be put on hold. And 4 minutes of additional time, according to referee Mick John Pineda.
Additional playing time of 4 minutes.
Looks like we may see some time padded on to that as a result of this stoppage, where two Maharlika players were down. One of them is Lawrence Baguio, a Philippines U22 player who hails from Cebu. He is also from the College of St. Benilde, wherein he pursued his studies. So that ball was returned as Maharlika stopped play, but that went into the back of the net. UCFC saying, though, that should be a goal. Referee Militon Pelayo letting play carry on, as possession was meant to be returned to Maharlika because they themselves stopped play for the injured players, as Mark Hartman gets booked. I believe that is his first yellow of the season.
Substitution for Maharlika Manila FC. Player number 15, Lawrence Baguio, replaced by player number 27, Warren Ravanes.
Mark Hartman continues to plead that. They were trying, or that ball eventually found the back of the net as UCFC were returning it. Maharlika again put the ball out of play as they had players down. UCFC, out of fair play, were going to return it, as we commonly see in the game. But given that was inactive play, Hartman is saying that should count. But as it stands, referee Militon Pelayo is not acknowledging the goal, as he is having a chat with fourth official Mick John Pineda. The conversations continue. And we can see Hartman just trying to explain things from his perspective. And he was saying, because Hartman was saying the goal should count and they should just allow Maharlika to put one in again, as the ball was returned in live play. But with that decision, it is a Maharlika goal kick, in that Mark Hartman attempt at putting the goal in will not count. But it looks like we'll have another pause for another conversation here. The ball, well, play was resumed earlier with that goal kick and was stopped on the sideline, so it will be a throw in, as there's been some cause of confusion here, as we are already past the 4th minute of additional time, but we haven't really been able to have some play ever since the board was raised. So expect this to hit +8 as Bugas gets into a tussle with Jeng. Bugas wasn't happy with how he was decked and retaliated with his Dave Basa just trying to keep heads calm. But let's not forget that Jeng was also received or given a yellow card for his infraction. And in the midst of everything, let's not forget, it is still a 1-0 game. Will UCFC double their lead or at least keep it at status quo? Or will Maharlika pounce on a counter? That has been their name of the game in this match. So that is a set piece though, in a dangerous distance. It will be Pika Menegishi and Pete Forosuelo standing to potentially take this up. Pika slides it to Hartman. Hartman plays it long to Bugas. But Bugas didn't get to control that. That was a tough looping ball. But that is the full-time whistle right here at the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. It ends 1-0 in favor of UCFC, who continue to push and push for an insurance goal. But it was Pika Menegishi's strike that proved to be the difference. And that was in the 40th minute against a stingy side of Maharlika Manila. But that does it right here for your Philippines Football League action, brought to you by Qatar Airways. Again, you are catching this on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the PFL. Don't forget to hit the like or subscribe button. And let's not forget that we have more PFL action tomorrow, as Mindiola FC will be hosting Stallion Laguna FC at the City of Imus grandstand. But that does it here again. It is 1-0 in favor of United City FC over Maharlika Manila. This has been Claro Manzano on call again. Thank you very much. Stay safe and have a good evening, everyone.